I know, of course, emotional intelligence can be used or addressed in a number of different situations and settings. We work mainly with it in a corporate setting. So, why should a company invest their time and money into addressing emotional intelligence?
Well, and that's a good area to start, because we started doing a lot of our work in corporate settings, and other settings we looked at were military settings. But what we found in corporate settings was that the differentiator of those who really succeeded, whether it's in areas like sales, management, leadership, we really found that these emotional abilities differentiated the more successful leaders. People are much more motivated in a company where their leader is high in emotional intelligence. And there's actually 15 different factors that we measure in 5 general domains. But we profile people, whether in all the different capacities in the workplace, customer service, sales, leadership, and we've been able to find different patterns of success depending on the position.
So I know you've been working with a lot of corporations over the years. Is there any particular success story or a case that springs to mind that you would like to share?
There's well, fortunately, there've been a lot of very interesting success stories. We've worked with organizations, include companies such as American Express, GE, Federal Express, many others, Air Canada. But one of the interesting large-scale successes we had was with the U.S. Air Force, where they came to us at a point where their recruiters were turning over at a rate of about 50%. And they want to know if emotional intelligence could be a factor in stemming this tide, this turnover rate of their people. And what we did was a very large study where we tested all 1,046 of their recruiters worldwide. And we were able to look at the ones who were most successful. They all had quotas in terms of their recruiting, and those that were least successful. And we found that the emotional intelligence factors differentiated them significantly. Factors such as assertiveness were important. People who were more assertive were more successful. People who were good at emotional problem solving, that differentiated the two groups. People who were empathic, who could pay attention to others and understand them, they were more successful. So that was the first part of the study, and we thought we had actually completed the study at that point, but they said, you're not finished yet. We want you to actually use this test and these factors to see if it makes a difference in our selection. And we did that. We went on for the next full year, and we used these emotional intelligence factors to actually select people for that position. Now, we tried not to exclude people who were really well qualified in other areas but were weak in one of these. They actually set up a training program. So if you were low in empathy, for example, they would teach you to be more empathic, so you'd make the cut in order, because they wanted you to be successful. And at the end of 1 year, we increased the retention rate by 92%, and they calculated the cost savings of that, which was $2.7 million in 1 year. So this was an exciting project for us because it was documented very carefully, followed through, and they've continued to use this for many years to be successful.